This is Leroy Simmons, 8mm films, reel number 18, between fall of 1962 and spring of 1964. A lot of short clips in this one. Starting with the Donegal High School band on the field at halftime at the school near Mountjoy. This is, I believe, the fall of 1962. And this was at the old high school. And the old football field. Okay, company front down the field. Pretty big band for a small school. See the farmland in the background, which is now all developed. Okay, that's the end of the show, and they march off. All right, this is Dad refereeing midget football in E-Town, PA, in fall of 1962. Very short sequence here. It's him with the ball. Looks like he's marking off a penalty. Set the play. And that's it. All right, we now go to a series of shots at Christmas, starting with our house on Market Street. That's Mark Simmons playing with Crane, picking up milk jugs, putting them in a truck, dump truck, or milk delivery truck, I guess. Bowling. Christmas presents on the table set up there in the living room. Piano. Front door with the cards we received taped up. Looking out now the front window towards Market Street. A lot of snow out there. That's Chuck Simmons. I forgot the name of this game actually. I flip the thing into the mouth. Our Christmas tree. Connie's record player. Alright, very brief shot of Christmas at Grandma and Grandpa Simmons' house on Locust Street. That's Grandpa Simmons, that's Donnie Simmons. You don't get to see Grandma. It's in their tree. This is at 26 South Locust in Marietta. And now up to Grandma and Grandpa Krause's house, 54 North Chestnut Street, Marietta. There's Grandma with the dog. There's Jane Simmons' mom. There's Chuck. Is he in his underwear? And their tree, which is always very nice. Set up for Christmas dinner. There's Connie. She would have been 12 years old at this time. I don't know if that's Grandpa sleeping or Uncle. There's Pam Krause. That's Chuck next to her. There's Michael. There's Grandma. And on to the Safety Patrol Parade, June 21st of 1963. This was labeled. And I'm not exactly sure what town it's in. I guess if it's the County Safety Patrol, it would be in Lancaster. Donegal High School Band marching by here. And I probably mentioned this before, but back in those days, we had safety patrol at each intersection in town for the children to cross instead of crossing guards. And pretty much everyone walked to school. All right, now we go to the Mount Joy Memorial Day Parade. That's definitely downtown Mount Joy, the Joy Theater there. Again, the Donegal High School Band. That'd be Morel Shields, the band director, I believe. Okay, this is the Shriners band. I don't know if they do this stuff anymore. And here we have I guess it's the women's equivalent of the men's Shriners Club. Here's a drill team. Elementary school band. Okay, we jump now to the Children's Day Parade in Marietta, Pennsylvania, June 1963. That is Pamela Krause. Aw, it's a long walk for such a small child. Couldn't read that one. Alright, this is footage of Michael diving in the summer of 1963. Not sure if this is a Boy Scout camp. Dad's notes say Mike diving, don't know where or when. Back dive. Alright, this is a dog in the yard at our house on Market Street. Again, 242 West. Candy, I think, was the dog's name. She was a sweet puppy. A mutt. Looks pretty young in this footage. Oh, there's a neighbor's dog. And somehow back to Donegal High School football. This is more pregame. I don't know how this clip got inserted here, but and this is Mark Simmons, Chuck Simmons in the yard at our house on Market Street in the winter in 1963-64. So we would have been, Chuck would have been about 5 or 6, and I would have been 7 or 8 years old. See, the dog is larger than it was in that previous footage, right? It's not as much of a puppy. Obviously, the dog loves the snow, as well as the kids. And this is the front of the house after that storm. Again, piles and piles of snow. We go now to the Children's Day Parade, June of 1964. A little brighter here. Scout troop again. Is that a French person? I don't know. I think this must have been an international theme this year. Oh, there's Uncle Sam. That's pretty good, a globe. That's Pamela the Cross again. That must be last year's queen. This is Deborah Swingler. Lucinda Hess. Jane McDowell. Can't read these two. Deborah Smeltz. Christine Wise. The last one was, I don't know, I couldn't catch it. And returning back the other way. And now we're in the pet portion of the parade, so the children walk down and back, and then they get their pets and walk down and back again. Mostly dogs, of course. Big golly. Oh, there's Mark Simmons and Chuck Simmons with Candy. Much bigger than the previous footage. I don't know what that kid had in the jar there. Maybe a goldfish in that bowl. Alright, I'm Mark Simmons. Thank you for watching.